I messed up my first transition. Ha! Oh well, there we go. Close enough. Ahoy, hoy, mates. How you doing? How you doing this morning? It's patch day, and you know what that means? Captain's log. So gather your grog, because I've locked my tap, so I hope you brought your own. I don't want you going below deck and drinking me own grog. That's my special stash. So today we got some new patch notes, man. We got 1.2.1. Oh, man, I need to cut my beard. I was actually trying to get a trim. My freaking hair, let me just show you this mess, is out of control. This is a mohawk. You can't believe it, but it's too long. I've let it all grow in, and my beard's going freaking wild. I tried to go get a haircut before the log today, but the barber shop I was going to was freaking booked, man, because I need a beard trim too. My beard is freaking out of whack, and my mustache is so thick, straining me coffee, or me grog, straining the chunks out of me grog. Okay, enough about me haircut. Let's talk about the state of the game. You guys want to do patch notes first and then discuss? I never know which order to do this in. I think I'm going to do the patch notes first, and then we will discuss stuff after, because the patch notes are pretty quick today. So there's not a whole lot to talk about. Never trim the beast. I need a little trim, just a little trim along the mustache and a little shaping. That's it. I got the neck beard under here. I need to get that all trimmed out. No big deal. Okay. So, as always, the new patch brings improvements and crash fixes, other additional fixes and improvements, as it were. First and foremost, I gotta get my picks going on here. Where are we here? There we be. First, let's bring up these guys right here. Let's talk about this for a second. The battle times. The new players who can only play during fixed times will be able to battle different regions each week. For example, now see, this is a bit strange because the different crews, this is kind of pissing me off, and it's pissing a lot of players off. It's going to, I got some ice cream, nice mate. It's difficult. You can't expect Rare, I'm having a hard time getting this out of my mouth, but Rare can't expect everybody to have a 24-hour window clock in order to do all of these timed missions. Not everybody has all of this time, man. I got mates that can do 2 of them, but not the third because they work. Either they got to take a day off of work. Now, I understand the concept of running 3 separate weeks, 3 separate crews each week, but the problem is there's still 1 crew each week that these guys are going to miss. I understand that you're going to be able to get each region no matter what, but there's crews that people are going to miss because of this weird time window. I don't know. It's bizarre. A lot of people don't love it. I don't love it, but it is what it is, man. We got to deal with it. Okay, back to what I was saying. Players who can only play during fixed battle times will be able to battle different regions each week. For example, this week will be your fixed play time. You encounter the battle for the Shores of Plenty. Next week you encounter the Ancient Isles in the same time. So they're going to be swapping the different islands around, but keeping the time frames the same. So no matter what, you guys will have an option to get all 3 zones, all 3 regions, no matter what. It's still a weird way to do it. I don't know, man. Whatever. It is what it is. Cursed Sales Resources. Ooh, treasure. I actually forgot. I didn't have a freaking cool picture for this, so I'm just going to go back to that other one. Yeah, we're going to go back to this one for a moment. The treasure and items like barrels of plenty that's what they call barrels of plenty that have been popping up during these battles will sink slower and give you more time above water before they sink. I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but they've been sinking like lead, like they're full of cannonballs or something. Because cannonballs float. Anyway, I digress. The Cursed Sails Battle Timer. God, I'm going back and forth between these two pictures. I hadn't really considered this the way the freaking layout of this wording all is. But there we go. Back to this. The Battle Timers. The cooldowns. The timers between battles, between each wave, has been extended to allow crews a chance to collect the loot that's come from the sunken ship and maybe board up and maybe grab another couple of resources from the barrels of plenty, etc. Because as we all know, it was like a 1 minute respawn, maybe 2 minute at most respawn timer from the end of one wave till the next. Not enough time for you to do anything. Nobody could gather the resources. You just didn't have enough time. So they've fixed that. They've made the window between waves a little bit better. Also, on that note, the battle despawn timer, where it resets the battle, has been lengthened, the time period. So if you die, if your whole crew, all of you, and your alliance dies, and you're on the other side of the frickin' map, which has happened to me a couple of times, you do or should have enough time to run all the way back to do that. Yes, honey? You're going for lunch?
No, us.
Both of us?
Yes.
It's noon right now.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Where are we here? Cursed, blah, 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 blah. The battle despawn timers. Okay, yeah, the despawn timers. They've actually said that they've extended it long enough that you can actually leave the area, go to an island, restock, and come back, and it should not have reset the battle yet. So that's very important. Yeah, I'm super glad they did this, man. This is needed. The windows were too short. It was too difficult. How you doing there? I'm gonna call you Pedro. How you doing, Pedro? Welcome aboard, my man. Let's see here. Where are we? There's actually not a lot in the aspect of patch notes this week. Although something that's not in the patch notes that is a thing, skeleton forts are back, baby. I forgot to grab a nice cool skull cloud to show you as a picture, but skeleton forts are back. I don't know how well they're working, because I don't know if anyone noticed, but the ships were working on the exact same mechanic as the forts were. You could hear that trumpet in between spawns. There was a boss at the end. There's a captain at the end. It's the exact same mechanic as a fort, but it was on the water. And that's why I think they were having problems with it for the first week. I believe that they were, because one was spawning repeatedly, dependent on player interaction. When the player got there, it would spawn up, whereas the forts work on a time base. There might have been some problems with it, but they fixed it. So the forts are back, baby. So that should actually create a new dynamic in the Seas of Thieves right now, where most people are probably going for the Cursed Sails. A lot of people have finished the Cursed Sails already, except for these new ships, new crews, can go into forts now. They don't have to worry about being stuck with the Cursed Sails. Oh yeah, stuck. Boo-hoo. It's freaking fun as hell, man. I'm loving it. The skeleton ship video effects have been fixed. The splashes of water improvements have been made to the video effects of water splashes when the skeleton ships emerge. So when they're talking about when they come up, splash. Also, there's been some improvements on the stability of the ships. This is not in the patch notes, but it's there. It might be in the bug fixes, actually. Oh yeah, there's a few more things in here. I haven't read that yet. But they've fixed a few of the things with the ships, like spawning with no skeletons on them. This kind of crap. They've fixed that. So anyway, let's go down here. Multiple server, client, and crash fixes. Yeah, that always happens. Can't wait to get off so I can complete this curse sales. Love this channel. Thank you very much. Love the support. Speaking of support, check it out, man. I got Tattoo. Here, I'll stand up for this bad boy. Tattoo Crew t-shirts, man. I just got this in, man. I will post a... here, I got a picture, actually. I went down to the beach. And, yeah, here it is. I went down to the beach and took this shot down at the ocean, just yesterday, actually, for a promo thing, man. But there's a link below, man. If you guys want to support the channel, this is a great way to support the channel. Buy a shirt. Look cool doing it. And if you can't buy a shirt, you know another great way to support it is to like the video. It's a simple thing. People forget the power of the like. And I hate to sit here and beg for a like for a second, but I just got to drive this thought home to people because a lot of people don't seem to understand the concept. But a like, even a dislike, is good for the algorithm of a YouTube video. It helps it get relevant, and it helps it get pushed forward into the front of the page so other people, it's discoverability. It helps a lot as a creator. So liking and sharing my videos means a ton. So if you want to subscribe, like, share my videos, that's equal to buying a shirt in my eyes, if you want to help support the channel. So anyway, enough of my self-promotion here. Skeleton forts have been re-enabled. Skeletons and animals now spawn as intended. I didn't know they were spawning as unintended. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. I just read something that's big enough that I gotta go and grab a new picture for this. I've got pictures all over the place for it. Let's just go with this one right here. A big old cannon. Just check this bad boy out. Players fired from cannons will no longer travel in unintended directions. It's about frickin' time. How many months into the game is this now? It's like 5 months into the game, and just now, and this wasn't a pedantic clap, if I'm using that word correctly. Bravo, thank you, Rare. Finally. Like, I know it took you a while. There was obviously some issues, but finally, no more shooting straight and going off to the frickin' left. Finally! Oh, it's been driving me nuts. They have events that were cannon accuracy events, and the cannons were inaccurate. Like, oh, it just drove me nuts. Anyway, that's some frickin' awesome news. That is probably really, really good news. Not probably good news. It is very good news. I'm totally lost here. Desktop. Back into here. And let's go up with the cursed chip picture again. Okay. Now it's back into this. That is frickin'... Oh, that's the best news I've been able to give anybody in a while. Great news. They better fix the cursed cannon sound. The cannon sound glitch. Well, let's see here. You ask and you shall receive, mate. You okay, babe? Oh, you just dropped that thing. Firing yourself out of cannons no longer causes a muffled cannon sound effect. High five! Right? Bump it. Right on. Again. There's been some good improvements this week. They've been working hard. Look at that. Let's see. Ship liveries. Liveries.
Boy, and welcome.
Hey, welcome aboard there. Oh, I'm going to have to fix that. That should be on top of everything. Where was that? Twitch notifications? I'm going to put that up at the very top. That should pop up in front of the images. But thank you. Welcome aboard. Where are we here? Ship liveries that change color of the ship's hull now correctly change the color of the capstan. I guess
Ahoy.
Hey, there we go. Welcome aboard. Yeah, see, look, it's on top now. That looks better. The Alliance join, leave, disband pop-ups now appear even when the player is in the flag box menu. Apparently, being in the flag box menu would make that thing not pop up correctly. Hey, you saw me in Alakar's stream. Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. I've been watching him for a while, and that was my first sail with him, and it was kind of cool. I've been talking with him on Discord and stuff for a bit, and it was just good timing, man. It was cool timing. I might go sailing with him again this weekend. That guy knows how to frickin' grind, man. He's impressed me. I'm going to learn some things from that guy, I think. The Brigantine's missing bell has been found, and the shipwrights have re-added it to everybody's ships. Players speaking to a gold hoarder NPC at the outpost will no longer incorrectly receive that Hungering Deep Begins banner. I personally have not seen this, but I've heard about it. I've heard somebody else say that. What do you think about the cursed ship's behavior? We're going to get into that in a second here. As soon as I'm done this, we're going to get into the speculation and the discussion. In just a moment, we're almost done here. Known issues. Here we go. The Kraken has been still temporarily disabled due to some performance issues. I think the Megalodon, the cursed ships, and the Kraken all at once would just cause the server to explode. Boom! Kind of like handing a banana underwater. It just went boom and just blew everything up. Items placed behind the barrels at the bow of the Brigantine cannot be picked back up. Behind the barrels at the bow of the Brigantine. So be careful where you're placing barrels or items like skulls and shit. I've had items fall through the deck before in this game, and just a little word of the wise, a little tip. If this kind of stuff happens again, alert code red. If this happens, basically you just need to scuttle your ship. If you just scuttle your ship, anything that has fallen into the ship, if it didn't fall through back into the world, will pop up where your ship sunk. Oh, Raptor, you got frickin' the frickin' language filter nailed you for something there. I can look at that after, but I can't do it while I'm live, so that's okay. A fidget spinner. Okay, Merchant Alliant crates on board a ship that sinks will not float to the surface and cannot be picked back up. Whoa. Merchant Alliant crates on board a ship which sinks will not float to the surface and cannot be picked back up. So if you sink a ship with crates on it, you can't pick them up right now. And that's a known issue. This is not something that's good. This is something that's bugged out that they're going to fix on us. Okay, and that looks like that's the end of that. That's the end of the patch notes for today. Not a ton, but some really good fixes. Wait, what was that? So apparently all the merchant crates, like if you've got crates on your ship and or on somebody else's ship and you sink them, you can't, at the moment, you can't pick them back up out of the water. They just sink with the ship. It's a bug. They're fixing it. They're working on it. Okay. Now, let's talk about what's actually going on in the game right now. First off, I want to start off by talking about... Let's talk about some balls, baby. Let's talk about the balls. We all like fondling the balls. We can't touch the balls yet, but we want to touch the balls. We're getting them. So, we've actually got... that sounds terrible. So, there's actually... I don't know if people know, but there is 9 different types of cannonballs. 9 of them. More than I thought. When I speculated around 4 or 5. But there is 9 types. How many of these make it into the game for players to use after the fact is another story.
About this.
Oh. Okay.
Wants to help.
Okay. Awesome.
I can't because it's your name there.
Yeah. We'll talk after, baby. You're going to the Best Buy?
Quick, and I'm going, oh, hey.
Okay, give me a kiss.
I know.
Give me a kiss. Mwah.
That's why I was like, but wait, I want this.
Okay. Bye, baby. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, 9 balls. A 9-balled pirate is a thing to behold. So, week number 1, we had... you can give that one cactus to your dad if you want, if you don't want to save it. Maybe your dad can keep it.
I do want to save it, but this one I want to save.
Okay.
It's shriveling.
Okay, I'm in the middle of my podcast right now,
I know,
baby.
but it's dying.
It's okay, the plant can wait until after the podcast. Okay, anyway. Try to stay focused here. First week, we had the Cursed Helm, which stopped the helms. We had the Foul Grog crew, which made everybody drunk. And then we had the Dancing Demon, which made everybody dance, which was the crappiest. It was awful. Oh, God, the dancing one was freaking rough. Rough. Okay. This week, we have 3 new balls. Now, I want to talk about the colors real quick before I get further into this. Green balls affect the crew. The blue-purple balls affect your ship. Okay? That makes some sense? I hope to find ancient isles. Yeah, God, there's so much more coming to this game that they haven't announced yet that is just so exciting. I'm going to have to do some more speculation videos. Bye, baby. I'll see you soon. So anyway, this week we have 3 brand new crews bringing 3 brand new balls. We got the Fool's Stride, which is that broken bone up there. It breaks your legs. Like, you know when you jump off a cliff, ow, and you break your ankles and you kind of limp and you can't run or jump or do anything like that for a few minutes or for 30 seconds? That's what's going to happen. You're going to break your leg. I feel like that one's going to be kind of on par with the Grog Ball, but not as much puke. Next, we have the Treacherous Bounty. Now, this is, I don't know. If anybody knows below, please frickin' tell me. I couldn't find out what this one was. I haven't played the game yet today. I just woke up, had a coffee, got a coffee in me, and here I am. I've been working on getting this video ready for you guys. So I haven't checked it out yet. But the Treacherous Bounty is a new crew, or a new cannonball. I have no clue what this does. I've had people think that maybe it turns friendly fire on. I've had other people say it maybe turns all of your loot into the crying chest, so you sink your ship. It makes your loot something you would want to throw overboard because it's bad. The loot sinks your ship. I don't know. Anyway, next we have the Enslaving Chain. The crew of the Enslaving Chain. That one's pretty straightforward. That one's going to drop your anchor. I mean, that's not the worst thing to happen, but I guarantee that's going to be a bugger. That's going to really piss you off, especially since it's going to be all magical and you can't touch it. You can't pull it back up for 5 seconds or something like that. You're basically going to have to learn how to be in one spot and just have your sails up and rotate and just be a turret. You're going to have to figure out how to do that, I'm sure of it. Next week, okay? Now, this week, just to reiterate, we have Fool's Stride this week. Fool's Stride, Treacherous Bounty, and Enslaving Chain. Okay? Next week, we have the Sandman's Revenge, the Black Viper, and the Siren's Gale. Now, those are all pretty straightforward. The Sandman Revenge is going to put you to sleep. It's going to be on par with the dancing one. It's going to give you an emote that you can't get out of. Pain in the ass. Hate that one. Hate it. Next is the Black Viper. That one's going to be cool, man. That's going to frickin' just poison you and make you see all, like, trip out psychedelics, like a mushroom ball or something like that. If it drops and you can't remove it... hold on a second. Yeah, dude, that Kraken skull on the front, that figurehead, that Kraken skull figurehead is... It is so... Actually, I was with Alekdar Gaming last night when he hit... level 10 Athenas and got that, there's a skeleton holding a frickin' lantern for a level 10 Athenas thing. It just got into the game. Oh my god, is that frickin' nice. Here, I can actually show you really, really quickly. I got it on my desktop here somewhere. I took a picture and I posted it up on my Twitter last night. Here we go. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of filling up the whole screen, but oh god, isn't that the sexiest frickin' front end? Ugh, so cool. Very cool. Back into here and back into the balls. I totally made that messed up. We got one more ball to talk about here. Sorry, I said the Black Viper is going to make you trip out and see all the psychedelic colors, like when you get spit on by a snake. And then the Siren's Gale, which I'm assuming it says in this one thing I read that it lowers and raises your sails. That doesn't sound. I doubt it. It's what I think is going to happen is it's going to cut all wind. It's going to make you dead in the water. I don't know. Again, we don't know. I mean, that picture right there shows the sails raised up. So maybe it does raise up the sails. I don't know. I will be honest, though. I will say this. I don't like bad-mouthing Rare because they do a friggin' fantastic job, and they got a lot of work cut out for them, and they're doing a really good job. You got to give them some credit. But my speculation videos, you can check it out in my things. It's worth the watch. It's pretty cool. My speculation cannonballs are cooler than the real cannonballs that we got. The things I came up with were much, much better than what we actually got. It's weird. Like I talked about, I'd read things about these things too. This wasn't all just out of my mind. Some of it wasn't. But like the plague ball, a rat ball, a ball that shoots rats onto your ship and eats up half your supplies. That's a frickin' cursed cannonball. You know what I mean? I don't know. I had so much higher hopes for the cannonballs than just like getting stuck dancing and doing emotes and stuff. I don't know. Hopefully they tune this in and realize that half of these are stupid and only give us like maybe 3 or 4 good cannonballs when the cursed ones come into the world. Because honestly, most of these are lame. Like I hate to call a kettle black when it's black, but man, I think they're kind of lame. How you doing there, Slappy? Slappy. Okay. So anyway, that's the cursed cannonballs, man. This is just something we had to discuss. It's a thing. Now, ally flags. I want to talk about this for a second, too. People are talking this is hella overpowered. People are talking that this is bugged and they're going to fix it because it's just... I was in an alliance last night. I got brought into this to this guy's stream, and is what they were doing is they basically went around and found every ship on the server and basically asked them to make friends with one of their friends so that they could get a person on board and kind of kick them off the server and said either join us or leave, and got a whole bunch of their friends on the same server this way, and had a massive alliance going. There was like 4 ships going around doing Athena's quests, and they were fucking really, pardon my French, but really efficient. And I was getting tons of experience. And I was just sitting on the ship sailing to a place, man. So, to be really clear about how this works, because people don't seem to understand. Some people are scared about how this alliance works. So I just want to be really clear. You get 100% of your own loot. 100%. Do not worry. Being an alliance does not take some of it away and give it to the other crews. Although it should. It really should. But for now... it does not. You get 100% of your own loot. Your alliance, however, gets 50% of your loot and experience from everything that you cash in. So there is no downside to being in an alliance as far as losing any money. The other crews that sell stuff, you get 50% of their booty. So it is highly worth it to be in an alliance. There's like kind of no downfall in being an alliance, other than the fact that some players are, well, they're dicks, and they're 11-year-olds, and they don't know how to be respectful and honorable pirates. But the system, it's too OP. They're gonna have to tone this down because people are grinding so fast right now. Like we were in that group, and there was 3 ships doing Athena's quests. So we got 1 ship for every 1 chest worth of experience and money for every 2 chests that they cashed in, plus the ones that we got. And like that's fast, man. You can't beat that speed. Like grinding has never been easier than right now, if you're doing it right. When can I do the final Battle of the Wilds? It's the only one I need. I hate the time window. If you check my Twitter account, I post all of the times and the time frames. It depends where you live, mate. It's different time zones all over the world. I've got a couple of posts. There's a bunch out there. It is confusing, and I wish I could just say it's this time to this time and make it super easy for you. But time zones, man, it makes it super confusing. You hate the Alliance, you don't Alliance, 4 fortress chests, blah, 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 and they shot you and sank and stole your bounty. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's traitorous pirates. That's just going to happen, unfortunately. It's part of the game, kind of, is you're going to come across players that are just have no honor. And that's a drag. That's a drag. I try to sail with as much of my own friends or people that I know, people I talk with. I try not to sail randoms too often. I do sometimes in the middle of the night when I'm bored and I want to sail and none of my friends are on, but c'est la vie. I digress. Okay, so that's Alliance chat. Let's see here. Where else do we got? Skeletons! Skeletons! I don't know if this was intentional, Rare, but thank you. Thank you for the glorious, glorious plethora of screenshots that have been coming out because we're all turning into frickin' skeletons. Our skin is not loading in, and I don't know if this was a very intentional thing to just make it happen so that people can get cool screenshots or if this is a bug. They actually did not mention it in the patch notes at all, and I've read nothing that states that whether this is intentional or a mistake. But thank you. It's awesome. I love all these skeleton pictures. If you haven't done it yet with your mates, keep your eyes peeled. Half the people are spawning with no skin for a whole life until they die. It's weird. Yeah, it's super cool, super cool. It only happens for some characters. Like, I've had some people tell me I'm a skeleton, then everybody else on the crew say, no, he looks like normal. But then one guy's like, I'm taking screenshots, and that's what it looks like. So it's happening intermittently for certain people. It's not like a server-wide thing where everybody's just turning into skeletons. It's got to be some sort of a bug, but it's a cool one. And it has made some awesome screenshots. Yeah, very cool. So again, that's a cool bug. And I got to talk about Megan here for a second. Megan, you had your frickin' time. Your quest event was like frickin' 2 months ago. Hungering Deep's long over. You need to calm the frick down. She's always like, it's like Marsha from the Brady Bunch, but it's like, Megan, Megan, Megan. It's all about Meg. What about me? Everybody's like, oh, but I was having all this fun with these ships, and then she wants to get in there and get involved. She's kind of a pain in the ass, but I kind of love it. I'm not going to lie, man. She's turned the tide of war a few times in our favor. She's also sunk in some of our frickin' Alliance ships, so I don't know, man. It's on both sides of the tale. I love watching the skeleton friends get drunk. Yeah, puking skeletons would be frickin' amazing. I, unfortunately, did not get an option to see that. I would love to see some video footage of some throwing up skeletons. That'd be amazing. Megan is, yeah, she's just got to be the center of attention right now, you know? Me. I do, however, like that she's been surrounded with babies. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just due to the amount of pirates that are in the water, but in the battlefield, I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but there has been a fucking butt ton, pardon my French, a butt ton of extra sharks, man. It's like a feeding frenzy, and that's due to all the pirates in the water and the blood and the frickin' vomit is just bringing people in, man. Do you think I should make funny skits for next week's stream? If you're talking about for me, then yes, I do think you should make some funny skits for me for my stream. I actually, that brings me to a very good point, something I want to bring up, is I do want you guys to become part of what I'm doing. I don't want to say help me, because it's not really for me. I mean, it is a little bit, but I want to help showcase you guys. Okay? There is a lot of cool small creators and big creators out there, and there's some people doing some really cool stuff. I've got to get my ass in gear and get my paperwork ready for this, but I've got an interview coming up with the Sea of Thieves comic book artist. You might have seen her. I repost her stuff all the time on my Twitter feed, man. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you're not already. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, the works, man. Mixer, all of it. Jesse Tattoo. It's easy to find. It's the one name. Cannot miss me. But I want to integrate more people involved in this so I can showcase you and give shout outs to small channels, help everybody grow together, you know? This is a growing community. Sea of Thieves, we're brothers in arms here, man. We are, all of us. And that's why you guys are all here, liking what I'm doing and watching this, because you're passionate about this game and the community that it's creating. And that's what I want to do with this show, is I want to advance this show beyond just myself sitting here ranting and drinking coffee and spewing off my opinions of the game, but I want to bring more of you involved in this somehow. So if you want to hit me up on Twitter, or you can't really hit me up on here anymore, Twitter's probably the best way to get a hold of me, or my Discord. Again, links are below for everything like that, but my Discord's also a great place to get a hold of me if you want to talk and work something out. Hell, I can even help you film it if that's the problem. But let's talk. You guys want to help out? Let's join this shit together and have some fun. Megan. The shark, man. The shark. You thought it was grog? It is grog. It's the coffee grog. I don't actually drink alcohol, so... And it's morning. It's like... Well, I guess it's like 12:30. It's like just after noon now. There we go. So, that about wraps it up for today, my friends. There was not a ton of patch notes today, but some solid ones, man. Like, they fixed some big problems today, and that's some good news, man. By the way, speaking of Megan, I was just talking with her there, but I did a really terrible skit, okay? It's bad. I know it's bad. You guys can go and check out how bad it is. It's freaking bad. But the concept of what I did is really solid. And instead of just throwing away my terrible attempt, I posted it. So you can check it out. It's called Interview with Megan, or Why Meg is So Active, a.k.a. Interview with the Megalodon. It's like a 2-minute short little comedy skit thing where I puppet the Megalodon. Check it out. Again, it's terrible. I'm warning you right now that it's not done very well, but the concept is solid, and I will work on it more and use this idea in this in my Sea of Thieves content somehow. Hello, Jacob. How you doing? Yeah, Sea of Thieves is getting better every single update. This latest Cursed Sails has been the most amazing experience pretty much since I first started the game. Now, I know when I first started the game, during like mid-beta, there was nothing in this game. You couldn't even do merchant alliances. There was just gold hoarders. That's it. And you know what? That was like the funnest couple of weeks of my life. Maybe not my life, but of my gaming career lately. That was amazing. Amazing. I fell in love with this game instantly. Just playing this game in beta for about 3 weeks, a month or so, and I was head over heels in love with this game. You're loving my channel. Keep up the good work. And yes, your skit was questionable. Yeah, I know. It was bad editing. I rushed it. I did it really quick. It was just a concept, and I wanted to prove it to myself and see what it looked like. And my buddy was like, dude, just post that thing. It's stupid. See what people like, if they like it or not. So I did it. I mean, I got to put out content. Good, bad. Like it, downvote it. I don't care, man. Whatever. It was a learning process. I learned how to do that very well in that process, and I can guarantee that my next one's going to be that much better. Still good laughs and loved it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Forsaken Shore is going to have a shirt ton of content. Yes, it is. I've got some things in the works for that, actually. So, yeah. I will see you guys next week, I guess, man. So, don't forget to like the video. Yeah, that's the thing. I got to remind you all the time. Like the video. Come on, do it. Just go down there right now. How many of you guys are watching? There's 21 of you guys watching. I can't see how many people are liking me right now because I got way too many windows going on. This is a hard video to do all by myself. But go down there, like the video, please. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. That's how I grow. And I'll see you next time, mates. Cheers.